Okay, now we need to go upstairs to... Oh, who's this? Oh, hey, look who it is. Wait, what happened here? Is this the blood that was here from before? I don't remember.
Elizabeth, what are you doing here?
I've been formally asked to witness your triumph, my dear. After all, isn't it the natural role of a woman to support her man in victory?
But
When
it's
did we
you
become a
who
thing?
insisted I join the Ascalon.
Please forgive my giddiness. I'm just overcome by the thrill of finally being allowed within these hallowed halls.
You certainly have an inquisitive mind. It's quite something. Elizabeth Ashbury, only you can make me smile in these difficult times.
And the same to you, Jonathan Reid. Now go have your little chat with the chairman. I can see he's practically bursting to hear your report.
I feel like I don't know. It feels like things escalated a little too quickly in that
Lord
regard.
Redgrave can play with the brave all he wants, but I won't put a foot outside until the Pre-Wen end their hunt.
Okay, so let's head upstairs, talk to him. Yeah, I know that like there was a point that I obviously made that decision with her, but it feels like it escalated very
Rumors say
quickly.
2 cases of infection have been reported in Buckingham Palace. Good thing the king is not there.
It's like, hey, you want to go out on a date? Sure, let's go out on a date. Okay, now we're married. It's like, wait, what? Why is that? No, that's not how this works. You?
Welcome back to the Ascalon Club, Lance-Bearer. Please tell us the good news. Have you put an end to the epidemic?
My hypothesis was correct. Doris Fletcher was the source of the contagion in this part of town. She was probably the first to be infected.
And you cleansed her before the hunters, I've been told. Well done, Dr. Reid. You thrust your lance and pierced the very heart of the corruption.
Yeah, well, I tried my best. Did my best. Some questions remain. I'm just a doctor. I like that.
I'm just a doctor.
The important thing is, we won a major battle for the survival of London. For that, we salute you.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, I have another task for you. One of the utmost importance. Perhaps even more so than the previous.
I'm listening.
It's time for you to perform a most sacred duty for the club. I want you to recruit a new vampire.
Recruit a new vampire? Are you sending me on some sort of
It's gonna be Lady
diplomatic
Ashbury.
mission?
Not exactly.
Oh, maybe
I
not.
want you to make Aloysius Dawson the Ekon he deserves to be.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure I'm the best candidate for such a task.
I can hear the hesitation in your voice, Dr. Reid. I admire a man of principles. But in this matter, there is more at stake than your moral comfort.
It's not a moral question, Lord Redgrave. It's the responsibility of giving immortality to a man I barely know.
Nonsense. Aloysius has been a member of the Ascalon for years. This is but the fruition of a long-held plan.
How would you like me to proceed?
Aloysius is waiting for you at the Dawson estate. Once the deed is done, I'll join you there to celebrate this momentous occasion.
Before I go, I have a few questions.
All right, I'm listening.
Yeah, let's get some information here.
You invited Lady Ashbury. Wouldn't that be breaking one of your cardinal rules? No women allowed.
Not allowed as members, no. But considering the circumstances, I thought you'd like to have her here to witness your triumph.
So it's a temporary admittance, then.
Something of a bargain, considering the crisis we're currently facing.
I see.
Why Aloysius Dawson?
Because he is about to die. And he just may be the most influential man in England. After me, of course.
Did he choose me?
No, I did. My decision is very recent, to say the least, but it is entirely mine.
Does he know I'm coming?
He can't wait to become your progeny, Dr. Reid. Especially now that you have shown how strong your lineage is through your sister.
Curious.
How would you like me to proceed?
Don't worry. Aloysius has had many years to prepare himself. He has studied our kind for decades.
So shall I just let him drink my blood?
Yes. Aloysius will gratefully sup on your blood. His heart will slow, then stop. But he will rise again as one of us, an immortal.
Is there any danger?
Our blood alters a mortal body so deeply that some don't survive the metamorphosis. They die for good. But Mr. Dawson has been preparing himself for a long time.
I see.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
Wait, what happened to...
Understandably, you have questions. Very well, proceed.
There was a thing here to be like, at your
Goodbye,
command.
Lord Redgrave.
Okay, whatever. Let's, I guess let's go do that, I suppose?
Have you heard the rumors of some horned vampire revealing himself and singing obscure songs around the city? What is this new malevolence?
Someone you don't want to mess with, that's for sure.
Good evening, Dr. Reid. Have a drink and enjoy this night, for it could be our last.
Okay. So dark, all these people. Does she have anything else she wants to
Are
say?
you all right, Jonathan?
Lord Redgrave has just ordered me to turn Aloysius Dawson, to make him my progeny.
I see. And how do you feel about this?
Well, you know, I feel like it's kind of weird, but he'll be a very handy resource. I'd like your advice, yes.
I'd like your advice on the matter.
The real question here is, why has his lordship given you this task?
Do you think it's some sort of trap?
Do you really want to know what I think about this?
I do, yes.
To make an immortal of a soulless blackguard like Aloysius Dawson will only lead to a disaster for London. The man is already dead inside.
Should I refuse? Perhaps politely suggest that Lord Redgrave turn the man into a vampire himself.
Don't you dare, my dear. According to what I've recently discovered, his lordship could kill you for even broaching the subject.
Really? Why?
I've recently found proof that the Earl of Bristol is of lesser lineage and only capable of creating skulls.
Oh my gosh, this is actually really big.
Please tell me more about your recent investigation.
As long as you lower your voice.
Okay. About Lord Redgrave.
Are you sure your information about Redgrave is correct? He says he's the progeny of the great knight William Marshall, who lived some 9 centuries ago.
That's a lie. Lord Redgrave is unable to create anything but skulls, if the poor souls survive at all.
Ooh, curious.
How can you be sure the information was correct?
I made the acquaintance of a most interesting informer while investigating your maker, from whom I learned the truth about Lord Redgrave.
Okay.
Why so vindictive? You suddenly sound like you're angry.
Forgive me, Jonathan. I hate myself for it, but I feel such pride in my discovery. I'm afraid I just can't help it.
Which is?
He did serve William Marshall, and yes, the blood he covets as a token does truly belong to that legendary knight. But he was never his progeny. His lineage is not so noble.
I like this because it goes back to the whole idea that vampires are not trustworthy creatures. They are liars. They are huge liars, and that is deceit, deception, and manipulation are like their tools. And I love this. You should see the grin on my face right now.
What would you have me do about Dawson?
The man is dangerous. Did you know he plans to build a wall to separate the healthy rich from the sickly poor? Do not make him your progeny.
What would you do?
The man's dying already. Let the Reaper harvest the rotten fruit that is his soul.
What would happen if I made Dawson an Ekon like myself?
You would add a powerful immortal into a suffering world. An immortal who already craves authority.
Maybe I could teach him control, like you taught me. Lead him down the right path.
Mr. Dawson spent his life searching for a way to cheat death. I'm sure he has spent decades dreaming of how he'd spend eternity as a tyrant.
I see.
Goodbye for now, Elizabeth.
Goodbye, my dear. Please, be careful.
I totally trust her. And I know I just got done saying, you know, vampires use deceit, deception, and manipulation. But I feel like I need to trust her. They've set her character up as a trustworthy character, which means she'll totally stab me in the back. But at this point, I have no reason not to trust her. So I feel like I need to do my best to figure out how to gently handle this situation. And I think in order to do that, I first need to figure out what the heck I need to do for the rest of my side missions. Because like I have this one, the missing ingredients I need to find.
It looks like vampires have to obey Mendel's laws when producing progeny. Powers pass from one generation to another. That's why Dawson wants me to sire him.
So I've got like all this cool, like these side missions, like it's a missing ingredients one, which I might actually have some of that to do. That's where it wants me to go. I have a mission back at the hospital, Dr. Swansea, which of course we are familiar with. I have 11,000 XP to spend, almost 12,000. I have healed everybody except Louise Tisdale, which I don't remember where she is. Who is she? Father has been killed. We're trying to find a rescuer. Abductor wanted to make her a vampire. I don't remember where she is, but she is apparently in the, what district is that? The West End. She's apparently here somewhere. So I might need to, oh, that's right. She was the person who, and I won't be able to find her until I rest, I don't think. Maybe. I could go searching around, but I doubt it. I'm also missing a ton of other people in this district. I think this district is fine if I don't heal her. These people are recovering. None of them are sick. I think the hospital is definitely our best district so far. This one is bad. It's not hostile, but it's bad. So I believe that it is now time to rest. Find the third part of your father's testament. Don't remember where that wants me to go, so we can look at that real quick. Bring the Braille notes. I haven't found all those. Retrieve Samuel the disciple in the cemetery. So I could do that, actually. Retrieve Barrett Lewis's box. Don't know what that is. I forgot what that mission is. I can look at it, obviously. This stuff I need in order to do the quest back at the hospital. And I've got all those done. I feel like... I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like we're progressing through the game at a pretty steady rate now. And it feels like we're in the third act. Even though I don't know if that's the case or not. But so far, I am really enjoying what we're doing right now because it's fun for me. Let's check this out. Do I need to do anything here? Let's recycle. Let's get rid of all this. What does that mission want me to do? Bring 1 unit of sodium hypochlorite to your medical desk. Bring 1 potassium permanganate. Bring 6 units of first. Let's actually look at that mission details. So, he's fascinated by the science of medical advance. He is presently conducting some experiments of his own, but he's waiting for some products he recently ordered. He suspects the present shortage may have incited his supplier to sell the batch to a more eminent doctor than him. That's why he asked me to go there and use my reputation to obtain the needed supplies. If I have that tracked, but I am not sure where it wants me to go for that, unless that's what that is. Dr. Swansea. Okay, so I need to... Oh, right, okay. Do I travel to the hospital and get this stuff done before I rest? I think that may be a really good idea. Even though I was just over there and I could have gotten this stuff done. I feel like that might be my best route forward. Let's see if there's any upgrading I can do. I don't think there is, because this should be maxed. I'm not using a gun, and the rest of my weapons are pretty poo-poo, so I think I'm okay with that, and there's really not a whole lot that I want to craft there. So I feel like what I need to do is go back to the hospital. So first and foremost, I should set a marker there so I know where the heck I'm going. And then from there, I just head down and get to the hospital. So let's do that. Because as much as I... Oh, they're safe. Scow. Well, you know what? We can take her out. As much as I want to continue the main mission, I feel like I need to do the side stuff real quick. Give me your blood. Ooh, we got another skull here. Man, after fighting that boss, feeling pretty good. With my, ow. With my skills in the game. Nullified, huh? Wait, blink. Okay, let's loot this guy. Killing these people don't really give me a whole lot of XP. I mean, obviously it adds up. But in order to be more time efficient, I'm going to try my best to skip some of this stuff. Actually, you know what? I think I went the wrong way. I need to go this way. I need to be on the other side of this building here. Which I can do if I go back through my house, but I think I should be able to go this way too. Although, wasn't there... Yeah, there's a guy here. I can avoid him, right? Just run around the outside. Don't hit me. Cool. He's like, whatever, there's a guy running. He takes no interest in me. I love the information we've gotten about Redgrave as well. I'm really interested in how all this is going to pan out.